Hello UK fans, Matarans here, and welcome to a deck profile, an updated deck profile for Shiranui Zombies for the November 2015 format. So Shiranuis are coming out in Bosch in January in TCG, so they bring a few new cards to zombies in general, which are Yuto Shiranui, Chief Priestess of Shiranui, Bushi of Shiranui, and I believe there's two other ones that I'm not using. Hold up. Yes, also the Swordsmith of Shiranui, which is a pseudo search card for the deck, and Shiranui style Reincarnation Formation, which is their new field spell. But those ones are not, I don't rate them as good as those ones, so I'm just mixing them in with zombies. That's why I always name my decks Shiranui Zombies, as it's mainly zombies, zombie oriented than the Shiranui side of things. But Shiranui is a nice pseudo engine to use for the deck. So yeah, without further ado, I'll go to the deck profile. So we're running double Zombie Master because Zombie Master is very powerful, and we all know that. Three of them will clog, but 2 is the right amount. Especially summon zombies from your graveyard to go into your staple zombie plays. Most likely with Uni-Zombie, Reborn it, mill, and then get an instant level 8 synchro, which is always good. Then we have one of Bushi of Shiranui. This is a tech for my deck because I can banish zombies from my graveyard to gain 600 attack until the end of this turn, and if it does, when it battles a monster, banish that monster at the damage calculation, which is very powerful because that will get over a problem card like El Shaddai Winder or cards that can't be destroyed by battle like Beelze. So it's very powerful in that sense. Also, when it is banished, you can target a Shiranui monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand, but I have yet to use that effect. It's more the spot removal that I like of this monster. Then we have 2 Tristan, so combo with 2 Isolde. Tristan Isolde combo, for those of you who do not know, is that you null summon Tristan, add back a zombie from the graveyard, most likely Isolde that you may have milled through Foolish Burial or Uni-Zombie, and then you special summon Isolde. Isolde tweaks the levels of Isolde and Tristan to level 8, and then you exceed into a rank 8 Dark Exceed monster, either number 23 Lancelot or number 22 Zombiestein. Apparently 23 Lancelot is legal for the UK TCG because it has a UK release for the manga. I don't know if that's correct. Some users might check up on that, but apparently that's what I've heard. So this could technically be a legal move right now in TCG. If not, you would have to go into like Crimson Knight, Vamp Bram, or Pilgrim Reaper. So yeah, that's the Underworld section of the deck. Then we have triple Mezuki. Mezuki is staple in any zombie deck. Everyone knows this. You banish it from your graveyard, a special summon a zombie from your graveyard. It goes with Uni-Zombie most likely, and you can cycle it very efficiently with PSY-Framelord Omega. So it's just the be and end all of the deck. At one point, I believe Mezuki was at 1 because zombies were that powerful in that type of format in the old days. Then we use one Shutendoji. He has been cut down to 1 because I like him, but he doesn't give me much of anything that I want to use. So it has 2 effects: banish 2 zombies from your graveyard, draw 1 card, or target 1 banished zombie and place it on top of your deck, which can recycle your Mezuki or banish dead zombies to get draws, which are nice, but he doesn't give you anything further for your synchro plays, so that's why he's only a 1-off. Then we have 2 Chief Priests of the Shiranui. You have 2 options on how you use this Chief Priest. You can use the first option, which is to when it's normal summoned, special summon a Shiranui from your hand or graveyard, and then banish it when it leaves the field. Most likely you'll be summoning out Yuto Shiranui, and then go for a synchro play into probably Katanagami Shiranui or something along those lines. Or the other play, which I usually use it for, is when it is banished, you can target 1 face-up card your opponent controls and destroy it. This works great in tandem with Shiranui style Sword to Swallow because that banishes a zombie from your graveyard and makes it into a pseudo fire lake, which is very good. Then we have triple Goblin Zombie. Goblin Zombie is another staple for the deck. When it is sent to the field of the graveyard, mandatory effect, add one zombie type with 1200 defense or less from your deck to your hand. So you can search out your Uni-Zombie when synchro summoned with. You can search out Mezuki, you can search out Zombie Master, you can search out, I think, actually everything in this deck. Yes, it can search out everything in this deck. I think it can even search itself out. And its second effect when it inflicts power damage, send top card of your opponent's deck to the graveyard. Both mandatory effects, both are great, and it goes well with synchro summoning, so Uni-Zombie always needs to be at 3. Then 2 for Isolde, as I mentioned. If any zombie I should mention, but Isolde only works really effectively with Tristan because she can special summon her out. You have to normal summon her out the other ways. Then we have triple Uni-Zombie. Uni-Zombie is the engine of the deck. It is amazing. You can discard a card from your hand to target a face of monster on the field. If you do, increase its level by 1, which is very good, because you can start to level up Uni-Zombie into a suitable target for level 8 synchros, but it has a second effect, which you can mill a zombie type from your graveyard, from your deck to your graveyard, and target a monster, and increase its level by 1, but you can't attack for the rest of the turn except for zombie types. So it has restrictions, so you wouldn't be able to attack with like something that you summoned, like Beelze or PSY-Framelord Omega, but it allows you to set up Mezuki. And if you synchro summon into something like Ikusagami Shiranui, you can then attack with it, or if you have Zombie World on the field. So there's a lot of things you can do with it, and it's always the staple card that you will use in this deck. Then you've got 2 Yuto Shiranui. Yuto is another very powerful card for the deck. It is the second best Shiranui support we got for the deck, because when it is in your graveyard, except the turn it's sent to the graveyard, you can target one non-tuner zombie type, banish it and this card from your graveyard, and then special summon a zombie synchro type that is level equal to that banished monsters. So you can bring out in this deck Revived King Hades or Archfiend Zombie-Skull. Archfiend Zombie-Skull is legitimately one of the hardest zombie type synchro monsters to ever bring out. But in this deck, it's very easy with Yuto Shiranui, and Revive King can also be done this way as well. It works against some great little matchups. Then we have 2 Book of Life, a great monster reborn for the deck that also banishes monsters from your opponent's graveyard, which is always good. So 2 of them, 1 Raigeki, 1 Foolish Burial, because that can send zombies that we want in the graveyard. Say you have Tristan in hand and the Foolish Burial, send Isolde, and then you get your combo off very effectively, or send a Mezuki and do a lot of things with that. Send the Uni-Zombie as a target for Mezuki and do all those shenanigans. And then Burial from a different dimension to resupply those Mezukis. And then 1 Zombie World as a tech. It's very dangerous against Magic Spectres, so if you were going to play this IRL, you would have 2 Zombie Worlds in your side deck because you can use this very effectively against them. Also good against Monarchs, but they already have a Zombie Monarch, so you have to be careful about that one. Then we have triple Shiranui style Swallow Sword, which is very powerful. Tribute 1 zombie types, target 2 cards on the field, destroy them. If you do, banishes a Shiranui monster from your deck. So that is very powerful. It's a pseudo firelight because if you send Chief Priestess, you get an extra pop, and it's basically Icarus attack on roids there. And then we use triple Storming Mirror Force. This is new. I've originally was starting with Mirror Force, but I've changed to Storm Mirror Force because the format demands it. Storm Mirror Force is legitimately one of the most powerful cards in the TCG format at this present moment, so why not run it in this deck? Currently I only own 2 of these IRL, but they're very hard to get because they all got hype at the moment. Then 1 Torrential Tribute to destroy all monsters on the field, simple as. 2 Breakthrough Skill, because Breakthrough Skill is very powerful. It can be cycled with PSY-Framelord Omega through its returning management effects, and then you control people with Breakthrough Skills continuously. So you'd also in the side deck have Mischievous Gnomes or Galaxy Cyclones, stuff that allows you to be cycled and troll your opponent with those lovely effects thanks to the ultimate monster. Then we got 1 Vanity's Emptiness, which is good. Then 2 Fiendish Chains. These will be solemn notices, but this is This is the budget version with Fiendish Chains. I'd probably take out 2 Fiendish Chains and maybe Vanity's Emptiness to put in the triple Solemn Notice. I expect this is going to be a very expensive card, so most of you guys will not be wanting to get so many of them. If you're a casual player, if you are a tournament player, you'll have these Solemn Notices, and you probably won't be playing Shiranui as a tournament deck because it's not very consistent, unfortunately. Fiendish Chains are right there just for that option. I'm only playing Fiendish Chains as a option against Solemn Notice because Solemn Notice is not a fun way to play. Fiendish Chains are more fun because they can get got around. So yeah, that's just my player's preference there. And then 1 Solemn Warning because it's staple in this format. Then onto the extra deck, 1 Castell because Castell is always in more or less every rank 4 deck. 1 101 replacing Exciton because Exciton is now banned, rest in peace. And 223 Lancelot. Originally there was a Minerva in here, but going back to the budget thing, no one's going to be having Minerva and be playing this IRL. So number 23 Lancelot, it can attack directly while it has Exceed material. If it inflicts damage to your opponent, tag 1 face-up card your opponent controls and destroy it. Once per turn during either player's turn where a spell, trap, or another monster's effect is activated, detach 1 Exceed material from this card, negate the activation. It's a mandatory effect, so be careful if you've got that on board and using your trap cards. Then we've got number 22 Zombiestein, which has an effect similar to a very recent card, which is which dragon was it? No, it's the DD Siegfried that has the similar effect that it can negate a face-up card on the field, including Raigeki, by discarding a card and switching it to defense. And that's very powerful. It requires 2 dark monsters, so the only way you're really getting out is with these 2 organic cards. Then on to synchro options, Revive King Hades for Gradles, only brought out with Yuto Shiranui. Same for Archfiend Zombie-Skull, this protects him from being destroyed by card effects. So it has some defense against Gradles again, but it also makes it hard for Fluffles to get over as well, because they can't nuke it with Forever Tiger. And any deck that's full on destruction, this will protect against. Then Katanagami Shiranui. It's a weird Shiranui. I don't usually use it. Once per turn during your player's turn, you can tag 1 banished zombie type monster, shuffle into the deck, and if you do, change all monsters with the attack lower than or equal to that monster's defense. Well, equal to that monster's attack, switch to defensive mode. So it doesn't really work in this deck because you can shuffle your Mezuki back, but they have to have something like 800 attack or lower. That's highly unlikely. The highest is 1050. So you're unlikely to use that effect. You have the second effect though. When it is banished, you can tag 1 monster your opponent controls and it loses 500 attack. I have successfully done that against someone and it got me game because that's so funny. And it works really well, but you're unlikely to bring it out anyway. So yeah. Then we got Yazi, mainly because it can't be targeted, and an option for Uni-Zombie when you don't want to mill but you want to attack. When you do want to mill but you want to attack instead, so you go for this option. Then we have 2 PSY-Framelord Omega, can cycle each other, and they can return your banished cards to the graveyard to resupply your Mezukis and troll your opponent severely. You can combo one with the other to eventually, over time, eradicate your opponent's hand, which is very fun as well. 2 is kind of mandatory in this deck. Then we have 1 Ikusagami. This is Shiranui. I'm not going to say his name. When it's special summoned, you can banish 1 zombie type from your graveyard, and then this card gains attack equal to that banished monster's attack until the end of turn. Which can combo with Chief Priestess, but I've yet to use it. I've yet to use this card. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can tag 1 of your banished zombie type monsters with 0 defense and returns to the graveyard, which is alright as well, but it's got more the underrated one. I only use it if I really want to attack directly, but I don't want to go into Yazi. Then I've got Void Ogre Dragon to control and negate all spells and trap. Well, 1 spell trap per turn if you have no cards in your hand. So that's very good control aspect. And then 1 Beelze, because it's Beelze, it can't be destroyed by battle or card effect, and we all know how good that card is. So yeah, one Dragonecro, Nethersoul Dragon. I believe I'm missing. Yeah, I am actually missing. I didn't notice that. I am actually missing my Dragon's Mirror. I forgot to put it in this time. Knew there's something different, so take out Fiendish Chain. But I'd probably take out Dragon's Mirror for an actual competitive version over Solemn Notices. But Dragon's Mirror, so is that Dragonecro. It needs to be summoned by banishing. It needs to be summoned by fusion summoning first. So you can then reborn it later if you've got Zombie World comboed with Book of Life. And at the end damage step, if it battles a monster, it can't destroy it by battle, but it can sap their attack and then summon a token with that attack, and then you can attack with those and do even more damage. So more or less a 3000 damage if you're attacking an opponent's monster, unless it's an Exceed monster that doesn't summon a token. So yeah, that's the deck. Shiranui's Zombies. The other Shiranui support, as I said, isn't very good, so I don't use it. But this is it for the November 2015 format. Hope you enjoyed it. Please leave your comments below with suggestions for the deck or suggestions for my channel in general. Please like, subscribe if you enjoyed this and want to see further content. If you want to deal with me on DevPro, hit me up when I'm online. And yeah, thank you for watching. Matt Durant, signing out.